Hello amigos, so in this video we are going to discuss about the muscles of the medial compartment of the thigh. So beginning with the first muscle, we'll start with this pectineus. Okay, so the muscle I'm going to highlight in green is the pectineus muscle. This muscle is known as the pectineus muscle. The origin is from, see, this is the line of origin, okay, and this is known as pecten pubis. So the origin is, what is the origin? It is pecten pubis, then, or you can say pectineal line, and it is inserted into the femur, into the upper end of the femur, or you can say lesser trochanter. Here we have the greater trochanter, here we have the lesser trochanter. The lesser trochanter of the femur, and it extends towards the linea aspera behind the femur. Okay, so insertion is lesser trochanter extending to the linea aspera. Okay, nerve supply. Now coming to the nerve supply, it is supplied by dual nerve, so it is a hybrid muscle. So we can say it is a hybrid muscle because it is supplied by dual nerve. It is supplied by femoral nerve as well as it is supplied by obturator nerve. And when we discuss about the obturator nerve in the later videos, we'll see that this pectineus muscle is supplied by the anterior division of the obturator nerve. And what is the, now coming to the action of this pectineus muscle. What is the action of this pectineus muscle? What can this do? This joins the hip bone with the femur. So when this muscle contracts, it brings the hip bone and the femur closer to each other. That is, we can say it helps in adduction of hip. Okay, next muscle we'll be dealing with is the adductor longus muscle. Marking this muscle as green. See, this one is your adductor longus muscle. Coming to its origin, its origin is from the pubic tubercle. You can see from the pubic tubercle, pubic symphysis, and you can also say the pubic crest. You know, right, what is pubic crest? This area is the pubic tubercle, this is your pubic symphysis, and this area we'll be dealing with is the pubic crest. Now it gets inserted into the linea aspera. I've told you in the insertion of femur in the previous videos. So its insertion is on the middle 1/3 of linea aspera. If you want to look back into the picture, See this. Adductor longus. It originates from the middle 1/3 of the femur, linea aspera. Okay. So coming back to our page, it is inserted. It is innervated by the obturator nerve. That to which division? That to the anterior division. Okay. Obturator nerve and which one? Anterior division. Okay. Now coming to the action. Action is adduction. Same adduction, and also there is one more action. Adduction is the common, and the other action is that it helps in the medial rotation of the thigh. Okay. Medial rotation of the thigh. That is, it will help in this motion in this way. Okay. Medial rotation of the thigh. Coming back to the next muscle, that is the gracilis muscle. It is one of the gyro muscles. We'll be dealing it when we discuss about the anterior portion of the thigh. Anterior portion of the leg. This muscle, marked in green, is the gracilis muscle. It's originated from the pubic tubercle and pubic crest, whatever you can say, pubic symphysis also. So same, its origin is pubic symphysis, or you can say inferior ramus of the pubis. Inferior ramus of the pubis, and it gets inserted into this area. Okay, this is the anteromedial part of the tibia. Its insertion is upper end of the tibia, upper end of tibia. That to which area? That to anteromedial part. In this region, the sartorius muscle also gets inserted. The sartorius muscle, the gracilis, and another muscle, the adductor. And another muscles from the posterior compartment. These three get inserted in this area, and it forms the gyro muscles. We'll be discussing it in the later videos. The nerve supply is by the anterior division of this one, obturator nerve. Anterior division of obturator nerve. And its action is adduction. Its action is adduction. Adduction is the common action. Adduction of thigh. And one more thing, it helps in the flexion of leg and medial rotation of leg, not thigh. Okay, it helps in the flexion because it gets inserted into the tibia, not in the femur itself. So it helps in the medial rotation as well as the flexion of the leg. Of flexion and medial rotation of the leg. So coming to our next muscle, this is adductor brevis muscle. This muscle is your adductor brevis muscle. Okay. Sorry. This one, this cut muscle, the muscle which is cut here, this is the adductor brevis muscle. It lies just below the adductor longus muscle. Okay, adductor longus and the pectineus muscles. It gets originated in the pubic tubercle itself, or if you're going to be more specific, its origin is from the origin is from wait, something happened to my pen. Okay, sorry. Sorry for the delay. Actually, its origin is from this one, anterior surface of the pubis, anterior surface of pubis, and it gets inserted into the linea aspera. You don't have to know all these in details. Its nerve supply is by the posterior division and anterior division of the obturator nerve. Both anterior and posterior divisions of the obturator nerve. Okay, both anterior and posterior divisions of the obturator nerve, and its action is adduction of thigh. Our next muscle is obturator externus. This muscle is the obturator externus muscle. It gets originated from the inferior ramus of this pubis bone, superior ramus of the pubis bone. Okay, origin is from the superior ramus of the pubis bone, and okay, and it gets inserted into the it's the insertion. Superior ramus of the pubis bone is the insertion, and its origin is the outer lining of the obturator foramen. Okay, outer lining of the obturator foramen. Here we have the obturator foramen. The outer lining of the obturator foramen is its origin, and this one, the superior ramus of pubis bone, gives its insertion. Nerve supply is by obturator nerve, and its action is medial rotation of the thigh. Medial rotation of the thigh. Coming to the next muscle and the last muscle of the medial compartment of the thigh, it is the adductor magnus muscle. Its origin is from the hamstring. It has a hamstring part and a medial adductor part. Okay, it has two parts. Adductor magnus has two parts: a hamstring part, and adductor part. Its origin is from ischiopubic ramus. The adductor part comes from the ischiopubic ramus, and the hamstring part comes from the ischial tuberosity. Its insertion is into the linea aspera. Now its nerve supply is by the obturator nerve, and the adductor part. Okay, adductor part has nerve supply of obturator nerve, that to the posterior division of obturator nerve, and the hamstring part has the innervation of sciatic nerve. Okay, what is its action? Action of adductor magnus is adduction of thigh and medial rotation of the thigh. Adduction and medial rotation of thigh. Okay. Okay, now coming to the special feature of the adductor magnus muscle. This adductor magnus has few holes in it. Okay, 4 minor holes, 4 minor openings, and 1 large opening. Okay, this large opening is known as adductor hiatus. Through these openings, the artery supplies the muscles. Okay, and through the adductor hiatus, the femoral vein and the femoral artery passes and it reaches the popliteal fossa. So there is another thing, adductor hiatus. Okay, and other smaller openings. See, we are done with these: pectineus muscle, adductor longus muscle, adductor brevis muscle, adductor magnus, and gracilis. There is another muscle which is the obturator externus. Okay, so we are done with the muscles of the medial compartment of the thigh. First we have the pectineus, then we have the adductor longus muscle, then we have gracilis, then the adductor brevis, and the obturator externus. And the most important muscle which we will be dealing with is the adductor magnus muscle. Next, in the next video, we will be discussing about the femoral artery, in which the adductor magnus has a major role to play with for the branches of this femoral artery. Okay, thank you. If you like my video, please do like and subscribe my channel. I have given the link of my Telegram channel in the description. Kindly go through it. Bye bye. See ya.